Hi guys, it's Kylie here again at the Great Plains Zoo. I am a snow monkey keeper and today might be one of the coolest days of the year because it's World Monkey Day. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the snow monkeys we have at the zoo. So we actually have two groups of macaques here at the zoo, which is something not a lot of people know. They rotate on exhibit every other day, so one day you might come and see our crazy group of babies out, and the other day it might be our little more relaxed group. So inside today we have a group of two. It's called our small group or a non-breeding group, and their ages are significantly older than what we have outside today. They are 27 and 21. So the average life expectancy for macaques is around 27. So they're definitely getting old. You wouldn't really notice that. They still have the sass of all of the young ones, but they prefer the company of each other. They may not handle too well the little baby craziness that we have. So if you come and it's not a day that our big group is out, we still have other guys out. It's just our small group and they rotate every other day. So outside today, we actually have our big group, or what we call our breeding group. So we have 13 individuals here at the zoo. They range in age from 15 all the way down to 4 months. Our 4-month-old, we're not totally sure yet if they're males or females. We will do their neonatal exams coming up soon, so we'll be excited to announce whether they're males or females. And in this group, these guys, just like their name says, love the snow. So they're called snow monkeys because they live in regions where it snows. So these guys they're the northernmost living non-human primates, which again just kind of means they live where it's chilly. So they're made for the snow. They have short little stubby tails, little fingers. Those things kind of help with frostbite. So if they're a little closer to their body, they don't get as cold. And then they have these huge winter coats that they get really thick in the winter, and then in the summer they'll blow them out and they'll get thinner again to stay cool. And we have quite a few individuals that will actually make snowballs and carry them around in the winter to eat them. So these guys are made for the snow, which is why they make such great exhibit animals here. You can see them all year round. When it does snow, they'll actually sleep up in the trees. That way, if it's snowing too much or if there's a possibility of snow falling, they don't want to get buried underneath the snow. So they'll actually sleep up in the trees in what we call here little cuddle groups, which are just typically moms with their babies will cuddle together, our adult males will cuddle together, and then kind of all the in-betweens will cuddle together to stay warm throughout the night. That way they don't risk getting buried by the snow falling, or if there's snow that has settled on a tree that falls overnight, they won't risk getting buried that way. Once they do wake up in the morning and they get out of their cuddle groups, it's time to start foraging for them, and they actually forage far more on the ground than they do in trees. So they find a lot of their food from the things that have fallen out of the trees. So they look for fruits and vegetables. These guys love nuts, different peas and oats and anything they can find on the ground. They'll eat grass as well. These guys are opportunistic omnivores, which just kind of means they're going to eat a little bit of everything. They'll dig in the ground. Lots of them actually enjoy eating worms. They will find an egg here or there and eat those. Our guys love catching birds, whether they eat them, we're not so sure. They definitely play with them, but between birds and ground squirrels, these guys will eat pretty much anything they can get their hands on. Once it does get cold and the winter covers everything, then they start eating things like bark, which is why a lot of our exhibit doesn't have much bark left anymore. They love pine trees, they'll eat fungus, they'll dig in the dirt for just about anything that they can find once it starts getting cold. These guys are super, super smart. So just like us, they are going to learn how to do things by watching. So our little pair in the pool here is mom and her little one. So what mom's doing is she's actually making her biscuit soft. So these guys will come over to the pool with a hard biscuit that they get every day, and they'll let it soak in the pool to really make it softer. And they'll come over, leave it in, drop it, let it float around, go do something else, and they'll come back and test it to see if it's at the softness that they like. So her little baby's watching. She'll play in the pool a little bit while mom's got her biscuit, but she's watching what mom's doing, and she's gonna start doing that herself. So these guys learn how to do things by watching. That's true for almost every aspect of their life. the way they play, babies watch how older siblings play. They play with their dad, they play with each other, and they know it's rough play. So that's how they start learning how to properly play. Little ones will actually watch how their moms carry their siblings. So our young females are learning how to be moms by watching their moms. They're gonna practice throughout the day, practice throughout the year. I think some of the most fun times to come watch these guys are when our younger females are trying to carry their siblings around on their bellies. Because they're so little, their siblings are just dragging around on the ground while they're trying to carry them, but that's how they have to learn. So they're not going to just be a good mom by chance. They have to watch each other. And that's the same for training. These guys are incredible trainers. They're incredibly smart. A lot of our little ones learn their behaviors by watching the older ones. So they'll watch what they do to get treats, and then our little ones start doing it. So these guys are fun to train, and they're pretty easy because all they have to do is watch. So one really cool fact about macaques is that they don't actually fight to become dominant. Unlike a lot of other primates, monkeys, they will fight to be on top. These guys actually are born into it. So we have one dominant male and one dominant female in our troop. And the dominant female, any daughter that she has will be considered dominant. They don't have to fight for it, they are automatically dominant. So they kind of know that. Somehow when they're born, they know that they are next in line to be in charge. They can pick on anybody they want, they can steal food from anybody they want. They know mom's gonna come running to save them when they do. Males don't typically fight. We have one dominant male and that's kind of how it works. And the females are the same way. So the next time you come to visit the zoo, please see these guys in person. They're so much fun to watch and they are waiting to see you too. Thank you.